music in the intro while people wait for that. Hey, okay, as people come on, let's see, start streaming. Are you in it? Hey, well, welcome back to our channel. We've been running around preparing for school for next semester.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just want to jump on because we haven't been on. There's so much going on, and we want to like address the meet the press, like Trump. I don't know if he should have done an interview with Meet the Press as his first interview since being elected to the new office of President of the United States. Well, anyway, I guess to show bipartisan and you want to bring the country together because we have to be in unity because there's so much going on. And I don't know if you guys have seen he was in Paris and um, the president of Paris, I mean of France, he set up a meeting with Zelensky and President Trump. And I don't know if President Trump knew that he was going to be in the meeting or whatever, that he would be there. But while Trump was over in Paris, Biden gave another billion dollars to Ukraine, a war that's not going to be won as far as with money. They need more soldiers. And while people are still suffering, which I have a problem with in North Carolina, he gave, getting ready to say donated. He gave another billion dollars to Ukraine, and the president showed up, Zelensky, not even in a suit. I guess he wants to appear that he has no money because we're sending our taxpayer dollars over there to to make it possible for him to continue with his war efforts. A war that's not going to be won. I believe that's going to be won by diplomacy, sitting down at the table and coming together to end the war, to save lives, and to move on from there. But war is money and it's power, and Zelensky wants this war to continue. So anyway, Elijah, you can say something. You say hi.
Hey,
We're waiting for
everyone.
some more people to come on before we get started.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but they're already trying to put Trump through a windmill of trouble and already trying to cause problems with him being the president of the United States. This is what my mom was saying. They're gonna fight him tooth and nail in everything that he tries to do. So now it was a battle to get in, and now there's going to be a battle while being in. So it's going to be a really, really fascinating time and interesting time of watching Trump as president and trying to bring his country back to normalcy like it was before. Yeah, but we're about to react to Meet the Press. I think her name is Kristen.
Welker.
Yeah, Welker. She interviewed Trump. We're about to watch that, and she's already intolerable. So I'm not expecting this to be any different. I'm like, why did was she chose to interview him?
I think that Trump, the thing that I like about Trump, no matter how hostile the interviewer may be, that he still chooses to go and face them. You know, I think that shows a real leadership. It shows a real boss, and that's something throughout Kamala's campaign was not able to accomplish. She didn't do it one time, and when she resurfaced, sad to say that she didn't even show a good showing as far as I'm concerned. That to come back appearing to be drunk, still not well put together, still not able to just have a conversation with the people that supported her. So I think that, I don't know. I'm just glad that she's not president. I'm glad that we dodged that bullet. I'm glad that Trump is the president because I don't know if you guys can see it. It's immediate change in the atmosphere.
Oh, hello. Yeah. They're from Italy.
Oh, hey.
That's awesome.
Hey, hi. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, we want to go over to Italy.
Yeah.
You know, we want to go ahead and visit France. And just, you know, it's hard to tell with the temperament with the wars going on over there in Ukraine and Russia, and they're telling people to bunker down. You know, it's like, okay, I'm just trying to see, like, once Trump is in office, for everything to calm down and for him to do what he does. Trump knows how to negotiate, and he knows how to resolve things without escalating a situation. And so he knows how to, you know.
And also, he just said that he's not going to have it pass people who are supposedly born citizens because they were born in America, but they moved to here.
Oh, it's very cold. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of mild here for us. In the East Coast of United States, it's not that bad. Like I think on Tuesday it's gonna be 63 degrees, and that's pretty mild. You know, especially not with the wind chill and all of that. So what? So wow, I don't care if I was in Italy. I would just be so. I would just be happy. I would be happy that I'm there because I've never been there. So I would be truly excited to be there. But
Hello.
California, okay. Hello from Michigan. Oh, it's hi. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. And now Michigan, is it cold there? I know Michigan can be a little chilly. She says it's very cold in Italy. Yeah, we're gonna hang up our Christmas decorations on Tuesday because it's gonna be 63 degrees. I said that'd be a great time to put everything up. Oh yeah, it's real chill there. Yeah, it's been pretty decent. I'm surprised that our weather has been pretty. It hasn't been that bad. Like last year, we didn't get a whole lot of snow. We got some, but minimum. We're used to getting a lot of snow too, but oh, it's actually warm? Okay. 42, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be 63. I was like 63 here on Tuesday. So we're gonna get out there and put up these decorations while it's nice and warm. Yeah, we're here we're right at Pennsylvania. Oh, the north of Italy near Amsterdam. Okay. Austria border. Okay, that is so cool. Yeah, I guess you guys, it's amazing that how the world has been watching what's going on in the United States. That I think a lot of Americans, we don't realize, like a lot of times we're looking at our news and we're just looking at it from our point of view, just looking at our 50 states, but the world has been watching. And you know, Trump has just was over there for the reopening of the cathedral. So that was amazing. But like what we were saying while he was over there, you know, Zelensky was fleecing us for $1 billion because, you know, the current president is suffering from dementia. So they're going to get out of him with whatever they can. Is the guy in the back okay? Almost made me choke. Yeah, he's fine. He's on his phone. That's what he, you know, people his age do. That's all they do. He's on his phone, probably on Twitter. Hey.
How do you know?
Probably on Twitter. Yeah. They wanted to know where you're
I was looking because Jay-Z's trending.
Oh, well, Jay-Z is a whole nother story. We're not doing Jay-Z. They going. I know if you guys over in Italy and everything have heard about P Diddy, Puff Daddy. You know he's getting ready to take every actor and singer. They all gonna be locked up with him. So now Jay-Z is trending on Twitter, formerly it's known as X, formerly known as Twitter. So they're talking about him. Oh, this is your third live? With him in the back. Okay, I gotta read this. They talking about. They said this is your third live with you in the back. Okay, the third live was seeing you in the back, not saying anything, looking sad. He doesn't have to do this. Please don't force him.
Okay, I gotta.
Yeah, I'm forcing him.
I gotta say this. I was the Trump voter and Trump supporter before my
Not
mom.
me.
My mom actually threw away my Trump hat.
Yeah.
But I was the one who was for Trump and was 10 toes down.
Yeah, I'm new
Trump
to the party.
Yeah. So I'm not being forced to do this.
Yeah, no, I was late to the party. That's what they said. I was late to the party. No, this is all him. It's all him. He just in his own world right now. He's the one. Like I was out there campaigning for Biden, President Biden. I was throwing rallies for him. I met him. I got videos showing me with the president
It's on
several times.
It's on our page of
Yeah,
her meeting
yeah.
Joe Biden.
I was instrumental in trying to get him elected the last election. So I'm a legislative director. So anyway, no, but I was on the other side, the Democrat side. Now I am a new Republican. Yeah, after what they did to this country, I didn't sign up for that. No.
Yeah.
No, he's not
And you
sad,
saw
and he's
every-
not.
and
You
you
gotta
saw-
show yourself.
And you saw everything they took Trump through too.
Yeah, after what I saw what they did to Trump, I'm like, they can't just beat him. Something's wrong with this picture. Oh, you have a beautiful mom. Thank you. You can say thank you.
Thank you. I think I talked about not as mom, but I appreciate that comment.
Oh, mom.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Well, anyway, we're just glad you guys are on here. It's been a minute because we've been running around and everything, but it's so much to talk about, so much is going on. And thanks to God, God is good. And today's Sunday, so we want to give all praises to God. And we are so glad that all is well. We hope all is well where you're at and everything. But what we want to talk about right now that we're going to bring on is Trump did an interview with Kristen Welker, and she's never been a fan of Trump. It's for some reason the mainstream media has been so tough on him, and I just wish that and this is coming from a former Democrat, that I wish they had that same energy that they for Biden and for Kamala, the same energy that they've had for him.
C. Brown, I've seen C. Brown a lot. Hey,
What?
they said, "How is it this cool Sunday? God, in quotation marks, has chose me to cross paths with these self-hating black people."
You know what? We're gonna pray for you because first of all, God said for us not to even judge. Let's just start with that. There's nothing self-hating about us or whatever. And you can stay on the channel, you can comment or whatever, but we just want to be respectful.
Yeah.
And we could agree to disagree. Because we're not going to call you out.
Well,
Because a
Democrats
lot of
don't know
times
that.
people say stuff online. They don't say to people in front of their face. They don't go to their co-workers. They got problems with. They don't challenge them. They don't challenge their neighbors. So don't come online and be tough.
Now the fried basket said Trump said he didn't want black people in his cabinet.
Huh?
They said that Trump said he doesn't want black people in his cabinet.
Can you tell us where we can actually find that statement?
Or in front of his casino at his sis.
Yeah, tell us where we can find that, because you know how people say you said something, but we want receipts. So just give us the receipts. We appreciate that.
Anthony, to reply to your question, kind sir, this is the country I'm living in. So of course we're going to be talking about the president of the United States. If you didn't realize Trump is the president, this is a person who's going to help make
America great again.
great again and help keep this country and everyone in it safe, my guy. Like, what, we not supposed to talk about the president?
What did they say?
He was saying, do you feel brainwashed just constantly talking about Trump is sickening?
You know what? You obviously are not. You must be brainwashed because you keep listening. Because you wouldn't even know we were talking about that unless you were listening. And we're going to talk about it because it's always going to be something to talk about when your commander in chief is in office, regardless who it was. If it was Kamala, we would be doomed, and we most definitely would be talking about that whatever that was,
Yeah.
because that was not presidential. And we would be crushed at this point by every country around the world. We would not be the world leaders right now if she was in office, because this woman couldn't even take a loss like a boss. You know, no matter what goes on in life, you got to stand 10 toes down. You got to have confidence. You got to say, well, okay, you beat me this time, but not the next time.
Yeah, good
She
joke.
never demonstrated
Good
that.
joke, Anthony.
So-
My mom has a BMW, and I made $200,000 at 16 online. But nice joke.
Well, the thing about it, we're not here trying to impress or give a resume of our accomplishments. It's unnecessary.
He said, haha, I bet y'all collect my tax money.
No, see, first of all, he must be an illegal immigrant. This got to be a legal immigrant.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It has to be a legal immigrant. We have a beautiful home. Beautiful home. I only pay for my cars with cash. We got plenty of money. We're doing really well. We don't lack any good thing because our help and our source come from God. God, Jehovah Jireh, God, my provider. So we don't look to man to provide a house. I have owned a single home, provide everything that I have. It comes from the Lord. So we're prosperous. God said we wouldn't even lack any good thing. He doesn't hold anything back from us. You know, so we trust in God, and that's what it's about. So maybe you trust in man,
Yeah.
we trust in God.
TK said, I'm so glad Black Americans have awakened. The Dems took you for granted. Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing about it, like, if we really even want to go there, I'm disheartening that Democrats have been voting Black Democrats have been voting for the Democratic Party, they said, for the last 60 years. And they have done nothing for us. And we continue. In this last election, I think they said it was 90% of Black people actually voted for Kamala. Kamala said that she wasn't going to do anything for Black people. Obama didn't do anything for Black people, even though he was a Black president. His agenda was the LGBTQ.
Tom, that was funny. You're right, dude.
So he wasn't even for Black people. So a lot of times, us as Black people, we think, okay, we get a Black person in office, then they're going to look out for us as Black people, our concerns, and they're going to be the forefront of making things happening for us. But it has not been that way. In actuality, Trump has done more for Black people when he was in office than Biden and Obama combined. Now, the things that Biden did for Black people was that he was the one that was the author of the 1994 crime bill, which caused mass incarceration of Black people.
Thank you.
And also, Kamala Harris is talking about Black men. She was the one that was behind locking up over 1,500 Black men for marijuana. And she had one on death row that she was going to make sure that man died. And if it wasn't for Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he was going to lose his life.
Thank you, Fast.
And
hey, Essence.
So, hey, Essence. That's your... I know Essence like
Yeah.
you. So
She's the best.
Yeah, so... You know, it's amazing that the immigrants were brought into the United States to replace Black people, replace Black voters. See, they didn't have to worry about losing Black voters because we get nothing for our votes.
Someone said they'd rather for you to be president than Kamala Harris.
Thank you. Like, we are so freely giving something that's so valuable, like our vote, to a party that doesn't respect us, that doesn't do anything for us. And because of identity politics, I had a lady that's on one of my streams about Kamala. She wrote a book this long replying that she didn't like that I said Kamala was drunk.
No.
That she appeared to be drunk on, and I'm gonna reply to her, but it's so long that I have to do it in a video.
Now C. Brown said again,
I
keep seeing this, but I'll just say really quickly. She said, name one thing Trump has done for black people.
Well, Trump is behind the First Step Act. You know, that was something that Obama couldn't get past. That's something Biden didn't try to get past. And that was undoing some of that hardship that Biden put on black men with that mass incarceration. There are black men that are still freaking in job today over petty stuff.
You can all look it up.
And
it's the
that receive double sentences, nonviolent crimes that they have taken. They'll take someone my son's age and they would give them 40 years over petty stuff.
And you all could look it up. It's called the 1994 Crime Bill.
You do your research on that.
Biden calls black people super predators. You can look this all up yourself.
He said we should never be set free, never need to let them out. It didn't matter what charge it was. It didn't matter. And that's what they did. So that took black fathers out of the household, sons, cousins, nephews, all the men figures. So you have a generation of black children and kids that grew up without father figures and having fathers in the home. And if any men on here, you know how important to have a father in the household. So it affected the black community tremendously. And we're still recovering from it. We're still not getting justice. And when I supported Biden and ran, I didn't run, but I campaigned for him. Right. I might as well have ran. Right. I thought that he was going to give us a crime bill, an anti-hate crime bill. But they gave it to the Asian community that didn't put them in office. And here we are, the largest Democratic voting bloc. We put these biatches in office that don't mean us any good. And last year in 2023, they provide $107 billion. $107 billion to illegal immigrants. And the total cost is going to wind up being, you cook the last 3 years, they saying it's going to be like $507 billion for these people to be here. Some of them are getting $200,000 a year through EBT money. They're getting free phones, free stay, and we got people suffering in North Carolina in the freezing cold, living in tents on the ground.
And right, Bright, I'm really glad too. Happy to see you here, fellow.
So that bothers me. I do believe in America first. I'm tired of seeing vets that they don't have food, they don't have money, they don't have housing, and they fought for this country. Everybody, any American should feel some type of way about that. How can you be American and don't care for people that have given their lives, they done lost limbs, and families are struggling, and we're doing more for people that don't even respect us. They're coming here flying flags from their countries, then they need to go back there. They're burning the American flag and flying their country flags. Then why did you leave if it's so wonderful?
And someone said that the Democrats use the black community.
They did. They used the black community. And like I had someone on talking about she's a Delta, or no, she's a Omega Psi, whatever she was. I didn't even look at what she was. I don't think she's a Delta. But she's on there talking about Kamala is quirky and nerdy and all that. No, we don't need another knucklehead. She's calling her quirky. I'm like, what the hell is this? Talking about she nice, she met her. Well, I met all the politicians, and I would have met her, but she dropped out of the election when she ran in 2020. She was the first one to drop out because she didn't even get one primary vote. So that's the only reason why I didn't meet her. But everyone that was running, that I was the person that was greeting all the candidates.
Yeah, thanks for saying that.
For my legislative position.
Thanks for saying that, All-Star Sports. Yeah, everyone hit the like button and make sure to subscribe.
Yeah, hit the like, share button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And we do appreciate anyone leaving comments afterwards, just like the lady left me a book, because we will respond to them, and we will bring you guys on live as soon as I get this together.
Brown, why did you vote for Kamala? Please explain yourself. And someone said, who's burning the American flags?
Oh, they're different people. They had them on the news the other day. Like people from what was it? Some of the
Palestine.
yeah, Palestinians and different people have been burning the American flag. They've been protesting at colleges,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. But burning the American flag, do you know what that does to a vet that fought for this country? You know, you're here in America.
And they come here.
Like, what's going on in your country? Maybe you should be burning that flag. But why come here and burn the American flag, but you want America to help you?
And they also come here and fly their flags.
Yeah. I mean, this is America. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that they're not showing us respect, but we're doing more for them than we are for citizens. Do you know the American citizens are complaining about groceries? Have y'all been to the supermarket? Do y'all eat? They're being given 13 bands, or 15,000 a year, 20,000 for food per person, per person. And here we complaining about gas prices, housing, interest rates, food, all the essentials, and we're being given nothing. And American black people don't understand that the reparations that we wanted, they gave it to them because they don't have to do nothing for us because Jesus will be back before we get
They
it.
ban this person.
What? Don't get what
They,
did they say?
they said everyone report this live for misinformation.
Stop doing that. You gotta let the
I
critics be
didn't ban
on.
him. I just.
Okay.
But the report can get us taken down, man. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they will look at it. They just don't do it. They'll look at the video. Everybody can agree to disagree. This is called freedom of speech. You have First Amendment rights. As long as it's not cussing and hate speech and all that. It's not that. This is a personal opinion. A personal opinion. But when you get rid of all of the riffraff, let them argue with the people. The people in the comments will argue with them.
Yeah, I voted for Trump. Seems like a lot of people are mad about that, but I mean, he's president, so you gonna stay mad forever? Like, people, seriously, are you gonna stay angry forever that Trump's your president? I had to deal with Biden. I had to deal with Obama. I had to deal with all of them. But, Trump's president now. You got to just deal with that. Thank you, Essence. I appreciate it. Welcome to the winning side. Exactly. This is the winning side. Come join the winning side. You're on the losing side. You're on the abortion rights side. You're on the men playing in female sports side. You're on the men in female locker room side. You're on the wrong side. But yeah, we're about to react to this video of, I think her name is Kristen Welker. What do you say? I think her name is Kristen Welker. We're going to react to her interviewing Trump. She's always has, you could say, a disposition and an attitude regarding Trump. Same as Jake Tapper with J.D. Vance. It's basically like that. So we're about to react to that. Yeah, we do need Trump to be in the White House right now. We do. They be talking to him like he's in the White House, but we need him in the White House because a lot of things with this country is wrong right now. Leonel, you don't have to watch, dude. Just don't watch it. And C. Brown, I would love to have you on the live stream one time to hear from your perspective and how your brain thinks, because clearly it's out there.
And I don't buy premium gas. I had to put super in my car.
Yes.
My car takes super. I have to get the most expensive.
Someone said everyone treats Trump so mean. Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, the news.
But you know what? That's how the world is. It's like right is wrong and wrong is right.
Yeah.
Here, the people that was in office have done more damage to this country. It's going to take more than one term to straighten out the mess that was done to this country. When Biden had taken office, they already had a plan what they were going to do. They wanted to make sure they maintained power for probably the next 100 years. So that was the whole point of bringing the immigrants in. You didn't have to worry about black people because black people you don't have to do a darn thing for black people. They gonna vote for you no matter what. So as a Democrat, so they didn't. All they had to do is give them a Megan Stallion and let her shake her behind, and that was enough for us as black people. That's what they thought, but obviously it worked. But as far as the immigrants, to put them in sanctuary cities. And this way, they go by the electoral vote, not the popular vote. So, but that didn't work out because this time Trump people had their hands on it. And Laura Trump made sure that they had people, like I think they had asked for like 100,000 people to be at different polls and lawyers to make sure that they didn't interfere and have people that weren't citizens of the United States should not be voting for our president, only American citizens, even though there were some that did vote in our elections. And that's wrong because, first of all, you're here illegally. So you already broke the law to be here. So we don't want we don't want that type of leadership.
It's almost like the Republicans would have let Megan Thee Stallion perform for them as well.
No, well they wouldn't, and they didn't. And they didn't. And they did. But you know what? We wanted Jesus at our conferences. Just like Kamala said that when they said Christ is King and Jesus is Lord, that they were not welcome at her rally. They said, go to the little rally down the street. That was Trump rally, even though, of course, it was huge. She was the one in a gymnasium.
Amanda, you have to calm down. Like, it's not that you don't have to get violent.
And the thing about it is that they brought them in here, these people in here, they flew them in here. And what country, can you go to China and just go into their country? Can you go to Russia and just go into their country? Can you go to any other country in the world like they came into our country? And not only did they just come in, that these people, these Democrats, what got me was that they didn't care that terrorists came in. They didn't care that Venezuelan gangs came in. They didn't care that criminals came in. They didn't care who came. They flew them in. They did everything they could to bring these people in here. That's really distracting me.
Yeah, mind crime, you're right. C. Brown watches The View daily. She always watches.
Yeah, they didn't care. That was the thing. What was the rush? Why couldn't people be vetted? Why couldn't they come in and go through the process? You can't bring in 20,000 people and able to take care of them without
it, man,
taking a hit on that country. Because just like Trump said, it's unsustainable. Like the amount of people that came in a matter of 3 years were more people that would have been in here in 30 years. So you can't bring them in and put them in our health care, on our Social Security, on our Medicare, in our housing. And while American citizens are suffering. So American citizens need help. American citizens are complaining about our tax dollars being used for 2 wars, illegal immigration, and people that's coming out of college can't buy houses. Young people can't get their own homes. That's a problem.
It's really fascinating too to see people, they support them after everything they've done.
But the only people that support them are people that have a different agenda. Either they want boys in women's bathrooms, they want men in women's sports, they want that type of lifestyle. They want the LGBTQ. They think that that they won't be able to have drag queens teaching their children.
Want abortion.
They want, and then they ran on abortion. So at their rally, at their Democratic National Convention, they're going to have a frickin' Planned Parenthood vehicle out there giving abortions. What kind of crap is that? And people was cheering that. What kind of mess is that? They're going to pay. And then let's not forget how those people that you thought that supported them, they weren't supporting them. They were being paid. Paid. Beyonce, how much was she paid to be there? To walk out there for 4 minutes. How much did Beyonce get?
I think Amanda has a crush on me.
How much did Megan Thee Stallion get? What was Beyonce was 10 million? Megan Thee Stallion to come out there and shake was what, 3 million? How much did Usher get? Reverend Sharpton? He got $500,000. How much did Oprah get? Oh, everybody thought Oprah was there to support. How much did Oprah get? What did they said 2.5 million? We're going to talk That the whole how much did Kamala spend on the freaking in 3 months? This is who they want the leader to be. How much did she spend? 1 billion? Or did she spend 1,500,000,000? And how much debt did she wind up? 3 months. How much debt? She wants all those people that want to support her. The only reason why she's still going to the sororities and stuff, because she needs $20 million. $20 million. So she's still showing up drunk. She's still showing up like, hey, y'all. Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Slurring
here
her
to say
words.
hi, y'all, and all this. She still needs money. She needs $20 million after spending. Who spends 1,500,000,000? Her donors say that they will never support her again. They say how she can't handle election finances as opposed to handle the country. That's not a leader. She's not a leader. And so y'all want to talk about all those people that was trying to convince people to vote for her were paid. She built a set, $100,000. What was that? Talk to me, daddy, or whatever. What was that?
Call me daddy.
Call me daddy. She spent $100,000 for them to build a set, and the lady said that was just made out of cardboard.
Kevin, you gotta support Trump. Like you vote for him, but you won't wear the hat. You gotta support Trump. You know,
And
supporting
then on
Trump.
top of it, they gave us 2 wars. Y'all happy? 2 wars that we're funding without taxpayer dollars. I have a problem with that.
You're awesome too.
And everyone that's American citizen, look, you're talking to someone that's always voted Democratic, okay? And I'm talking about not this time, not this time. Oh, Trump, 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 all the way.
How are we sellouts?
Look, you can say whatever you want to say. You're a fool if you voted for that knucklehead tampon Tim. Those were the worst 2 freaking candidates that I think ever ran for president of the United States. Tampon Tim? Then what you wanted? Oh, you mad that you couldn't get tampons in the men's bathroom? Is that your problem? Or you mad that you can't play in women's sports? I mean, come on
I'm
now.
glad these people didn't have an impact on this election.
I'm so glad that so many American citizens, they need to fly all y'all to Mars and let Tampon Tim and Drunken Kamala, they talking about she just quirky or whatever. We didn't need nice. We needed a leader. We need a boss. And Trump is a freaking boss. When he stepped in the room, he has the whole world. Did you see that he made a difference in the last 2 weeks than they did in a whole 4 years? That people are falling in line? They falling in line because he's a leader and he's a boss. And see, I respect a man that's a boss. I respect a man that's a leader. I don't want no weak man or no weak leadership. And guess what? Even Putin talking about he respects Trump because he said he handled it like a man when he was shot at. He saw the dirt. Putin was on there talking about what they did to them, how he went after his kids. He said, we don't go, even the mafia here in Russia, we don't go after people, children. They're women and children. These people weaponize the freaking justice system. We all could see it. You have to be stuck on stupid if you couldn't see what they did with the justice system. They went after that man. They went after him. And we all know it.
Tomorrow.
So, I'm not in la la land. This channel is called Speak the Truth for a reason. This is not about getting people to like you or dislike you or trying to tickle your ears and say what you want to hear. This is not about that. Even with my son, even my friend, look, I'm straight up with everything. I don't sugarcoat anything. The truth is the truth.
Pay the price.
It's the truth. These people were scammers. They scammed that whole election. It wasn't, guess what? You didn't even get to choose who was going to run for president on the Democratic side.
See,
That wasn't even chosen by the people. They selected Kamala.
see, Brown, like, please explain why you voted for Kamala. And everyone here who
Yeah, just explain
voted
that.
for
Let me read the
Kamala,
comments.
please explain why you voted for her instead of
Yeah,
just because you're
tell
just
us-
trying to
tell us
argue with
what
us,
about her?
but you're not
Why?
saying why she was your choice for president. Like that's all that people do. These Democrats do.
Truth said, I subscribe because I'm hearing the truth here.
That's all these Democrats do, are just try to argue with people who don't see everything the same way that they do. They don't even agree to disagree. See, Brown went ghost. She's probably not going to say why she voted for Kamala.
USA.
Mike P, I bet I could steal your girl though, if you even got a girl. You need mental help? I have a therapist.
That's so unnecessary. I wouldn't give credence to that.
Says the incel. Amanda, you got a crush on me, yo. Amanda, hey. Amanda got a crush on me. I'm sorry, but I'm taken, Amanda. I'm sorry. But she got a crush on me. You could just tell when a girl got a crush on you. Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm 10 toes down. I'm prepared. Can I interview you with my comments? What are your comments, Jack?
Yeah, you know what we want to bring, it's interesting to see the mindset of, even after everything that people been through, and you see the just the mannerism and just the character of the people that ran for president, after seeing the display of un, of how they were not listening to the American people. These people kept talking about abortion when people was talking about about illegal immigrants, about the border, about people playing in women's sports, about just all the two wars. People, this is what the American people were talking about: the economy, inflation, and they never addressed it, because when you run, they had a record. Kamala had a record. Kamala was responsible for the Ukraine war. Before that war broke out, she was sent to negotiate. Kamala had her hands in everything. The war, the Afghanistan war, she was responsible for the pullout of the Afghanistan soldier. That was Kamala, and she was the border czar. If you don't believe it, go look at the 118th Congress. It is online. You'll see border czar Kamala Harris. It's written in Congress. So this woman was responsible for a lot of the stuff that has hurt America. She had her hands in everything. And like she said, that every decision that was made, she was a part of it. And that was the truth. She told you the truth.
Well, to your statement, I'm gonna have a daughter one day. I don't want my daughter playing against men and in the same locker room as a man. Do you? Would you like that?
Playing against her. Yeah. They're taking medals from women that they have earned. They can't compete against a man. They can't jump as high as them. They're not as strong as them. They have a different DNA. And the men are winning in these sports because they're men. And their DNA say they're men. So there's two genders. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Well, anyway, there's two genders, okay? Male and female. When you're born, is boy or girl. That's it. All this pan, bi, trans, all that. Thank you so much. Oh, we got to read it. Read that, what they said. I'm going to read it and think on what they said. Read that.
They said, Dragon Sen said, saying how you're not phased by the left, dumbfounded logistics, also keeping it real to the people, stay open-minded people.
Oh, thank you. That's right. When you're looking at, all this stuff is just real. You're living it.
Someone said, do you really think a biological male would go through all that treatment just to be able to play against women?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They're called transgenders. Yes, they do. Because they feel as though that I can win a medal in playing it swimming against a woman. That's what they did rally. I can go to the Olympics and I can win a gold medal fighting women. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Volleyball. Yes, I can be dominant in all these different. Thank you, pretty bird. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. They go through all that because what they need is mental health. Mental health is really.
They need a Bible too.
They need a Bible, but they need a therapist. That's mental illness. It's mental illness. For a man not to identify what he is, he's looking at his junk, his penis, his testicle. He see that he's a man. And most of these people are always, why are they always 6'5", like 250 pounds, and then they want to put heels on, talking about I'm a woman. I mean, their statue is not even of a woman. Okay, they will never be women. Every Frankenstein doctor, no matter what, will never be able to do what God did. They will never be able to change their gender.
I mean, Trump was already president lifestyle, so your point doesn't really add
The
up.
only thing these doctors are doing is mutilating these men. And that's one thing I like about Trump being in office, because he's going to stop the stupidity. Because you know what? If you're an adult and you want to cut your penis off, or you're a woman, you want to remove your breast, because you don't see the trans women trying to play in men's sports, because they can't play football in the NFL. There's no trans woman or what is it, trans man, when the women want. There's no trans man that's trying to play in the NFL. They're not trying to play hockey. They're not trying to wrestlers, because their bodies is not able to compete against men. But you got all these transgender men. What? No, they say they transgender women that are men. It's so confusing. They want to play against women because they're dominant. They're men.
And Deborah says Sodom and Gomorrah. This is exactly Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, they subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate all the likes, because it helps the channel reach out. You said what?
Deborah says Sodom and Gomorrah. This is like Sodom and Gomorrah.
It is Sodom and Gomorrah. That's going to, we know Jesus is coming back soon, because Jesus is not going to continue. God's not going to continue putting up with this. In Genesis 1:26, he told us be fruitful and multiply. You cannot be fruitful and multiply with the same sex. We will be extinct. It's not going to happen.
Eric, explain yourself, Eric.
These men are suffering from mental illness.
Hop, I mean, you could look it up. There's
what?
They're trying to talk about that Jesus doesn't exist. I'm saying you could just look it up.
Okay, what are you doing? Did they say that and you got rid of them? Because you need to explain it.
Yeah, they can still watch. They just can't say anything. I was going to be disrespecting my God.
But say something. Jesus exists because you woke up today. Your breathing proves that he exists. You have a conscience. Even like when you do something wrong, you know it because you have discernment. You have an inner. That inner is your spirit. You have a spirit. We all have a spirit. So you know that there's something more than you. Whether you want to admit it or not, there is a heaven and there's a hell, but you don't want to find out the hard way. That's why while you are alive is when you got to give your life to Christ and ask God to forgive you your sins and repent and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, that he rose again. He died for you. He died for all of us. But you don't want to be that person to wind up when you do leave this earth, because we're all going to leave one day. And then you find out that Jesus is real, because the Bible says that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. So you can say it all you want to people on here, but we all are going to stand before God. And God said everybody's going to take a knee and everyone's going to confess. So that's truth. That's speaking the truth. That's the truth. So I don't want anyone to perish. There's nothing that you could say or whatever that I would want anyone for their life to end up trillions of years in hell. Because we think our lives here is like a long time. Our life is a vapor. If we live 80 years or 90, we like, wow, that person lived a long time. That's nothing. You are a baby compared to trillions of years. Who want to burn in hell for trillions of years of torment? So we really need to really take a look at yourself and know that there's something more than you. There's something more than you. There is a God, and Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. You know, you don't want anyone to perish. So I suggest you buy a Bible, ask God if he's real. Because you know what? It's funny that when people have something that really happens, because we all go through life and things happen, that's when you're going to call on Jesus. People who never believe, atheists, hey, they get to a moment that they need God, because you're going to call on him. I promise you that. Because like God, life happens. You don't, well, you're going to need him one day. If you don't need Jesus now, You gonna need wait till you get put out and you have no money and you don't know what to do and you don't have no shelter and you lost your job and stuff. You gonna need a
It
miracle
was
one
funny.
day.
It was funny because when I was in high school, I had this friend. He was an atheist, and he got into a car accident. And while telling me the story, he said the car was this close from hitting him. And he said when that moment happened, he started believing in God in that moment. Like how my mom is saying, like, you're going to see one day. I mean, you don't have to hear it from us that God is real. You'll see it for yourself. Either it's going to be in this life or it's going to be in the next life, but you're going to see it. But yeah, so we're about to react to Meet the Press.
And Jesus and Mary got pregnant by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit came on and she did not get pregnant by Joseph. Joseph was her earthly husband. She was a virgin when she got pregnant. During that time, they were stoned to death if they were pregnant and unwed or whatever. They had any adulterous affair. People literally stoned you to death. Like if they did that now, it would be no adultery. Promise you that. There would be no fornication. That would end immediately because that was what the people did back then. But she gave birth to Jesus. Not Joseph was not the father of Jesus. God is his father. It's the God is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And just to be clear. So anyway, we want to get to this video. Trump did go on, and I was surprised that his first interview after he was elected to president, he was with Meet the Press, and they have been the mainstream media. All their viewership has fallen like 50 or 60%. They're falling, and you know who went up? Fox News. Because the thing about Fox News, which I had never watched because I was really 10 toes in for MSNBC, CNN, ABC. I was totally against Trump. I believe everything that they said until I woke up, until I start listening to other news medias because it's more, we have social media now, so you don't have to spend your time just listening to the regular news channels. You got a lot of great creators that are out here. You got people on Twitter, TikTok, people that are giving you news and have no skin in the game, so you're getting the truth from them. And we happen to be some of those people. Because you're going to get the truth here. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. And yes, we are believers, and we're always going to put God first because, God, he uses people. You don't know how many people that need to be saved that listen tonight that might open up their Bible. So that would be a beautiful thing. Yeah, they got Benny Johnson, you got Barry, you got there's so many different people. Anton Daniels, I love listening to him. Very, very informed person, or that's a creator. So there are a lot of people out here that's bringing the news. You can take that. So I'm waiting for my alarm to go off. It's gonna go off, and then we want to So what we're looking at is he did do a clip with Meet the Press. And I'm not a fan of this news reporter. I feel as though that she goes after Trump with venom. When Trump does an interview, they have their claws and teeth out. They just want to rip him apart, get him a catch me moment, just want to find something they could go back and say, well, you said this. But here you got Biden that said he wasn't going to pardon his son and all this kind of stuff. But they have grace for everything they do. Oh, well, people would do that. It's like an excuse for everything they do. They weaponize the justice system. They went after Trump. But everything they do or have done, they don't hold their feet to the fire. Hold their feet to the fire the same way you does Trump, because these people have been representatives of all Americans. Like Biden is the president now, but he didn't have a problem calling half America garbage. And he's the president of the garbage. You're the president. You're the sitting freaking president. So, but
He still is.
Yeah, but these things are allowed. You have this drunken VP, and they need to be holding her feet to the fire. Like, what's going on with you? Do you feel as though you were fit to run a country? Why don't they question them? I love to hear them question them.
God bless you too.
And don't forget to hit the you guys. Like, share, subscribe, the notification bell, so when we do come on, that you'll be notified. We are going to upgrade. I have the software, we're learning how to use it. It just takes time reading everything. and it's a process. So we will be doing it, but we want to go on here. This is like the interview that Trump did with her. Like I said, I'm not a fan of her because she's extremely biased, and the media is supposed to be unbiased. They're supposed to, you know, keep their feelings out of it. But she shows that she's totally for the Democratic Party. She's totally against Trump. And the thing about it, he's not taking a salary. Trump didn't take a salary last time. He's going through all this shooting, trying to shoot him in the air, trying to kill him. He does it for free. He's trying to help us for free. He's not getting paid for all this.
Kevin, come on. Like, you think Kamala is better choice than Trump as president?
Well, they have to be with the LGBTQ. They want men and women sports. They want men and women girls bathrooms. They want abortions. You know, that's what they want. To pay Beyonce $10 million for 4 minutes to tell you to vote for Kamala. You know, they spent $1.5 billion. They want people like that to just call up Biden. Oh, we need $1 billion, Biden. That's Zelensky the last couple of days. But the people in North Carolina, they said, oh, we got $750 for you. They didn't even get that. They were even denied that. See, that's not putting America first. That's putting America last.
C. Brown is clearly a fan. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, well, we love all y'all. So we like when people come on. We don't expect everyone to agree. I'm not looking for that. I want you to be who you are. You know, some people will never get it. They could lose their house, their car. They could lose everything. And don't have money for food, go hungry, and they still be up there. Yeah, Kamala is great. Yeah, so that's what they want.
She put them in jail, and they like,
put them in jail. Yeah, oh great, yeah, Biden's great. Yeah, they didn't give us nothing. What did they do for the American people?
Illegal immigrants.
They did everything that administration did. Mind you, I helped them get in office. Everything they have done was for everyone except for us. They took care of Ukraine, Zelensky. They took care of the Gaza war, 2 wars. Now. They taking care of illegal immigrants. They gave black people, wake up. They gave them our reparations. They just threw money at them. You know how much $150 billion that they spent last year could have done for the black Americans?
How much did they give Ukraine?
They gave Ukraine, what, $70 billion?
Yeah.
They gave Africa $1 billion last week. They gave Biden went to the rainforest and he gave the rainforest $1 billion, $1 billion for you, and now he just gave Zelensky another $1 billion. Say everybody get $1 billion. You get $1 billion. That's like Oprah. You get $1 billion. You get $1 billion, and you get $1 billion. But not American citizens. Not American citizens. Not American citizens. That's what the problem is. And you know what? The thing about it is that we know who we are in Christ. And see, people are weak. And see, the weak people try to attack your character. They try to, because they're weak. See, we're strong. They weak. They have no confidence. I'm in Christ. God is my Father. I'm perfectly and wonderfully made. People think if they try to disrespect you or whatever, then that empowers them. That makes you look like a weak piece of,
It shows they have no argument.
They have no argument. They can't stand on anything. That just shows your weakness. And you make a fool of yourself because you're the type of person that hide behind your words, and you don't stand up to people at your job, in your community, even people in your family, because you're weak.
Picture.
You're weak. You're weak. Show us who you are. Show us who you are. Show us who you are. We're not going to be the only ones just on here. We have people that's going to be on here. They're good. They'll go with you. So that's why we can be on here. You can't come on or be a part of any social media if you have insecurities. You can't have insecurities. You can't let people offend you and that make you back off. When people got to say something because they're ignorant, they going through all this stuff. Nothing has been done for American citizens. So that's why it can't be Americans that's saying something, because they have done nothing for us. Nothing. Only thing that, you know what they did for us? They gave us inflation, this F up economy, 2 wars, um, men and women sports, abortions. That's what they did for us. That's what they did for us. And I'm not down with that. But anyway, I want to get to this video with yeah, make America great again, make America.
Mhm.
Okay, so anyway, we want to look at some of this video because we want to react to this and
Of all stripes
turn around.
say that ultimately consumers pay the price of
Wait a minute.
All right.
You turned it?
No, I'm waiting.
Yeah, wait a sec.
About to put the video on. So give a second. Okay.
You guarantee American families
Okay, wait a minute. Because I'm not.
three biggest trading partners.
Did you put it on?
Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't
Can
believe it.
you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow. But I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries, but in particular China, we took in hundreds of billions of dollars and we had no inflation. In fact, when I handed it over, they didn't have inflation for a year and a half. They went almost 2 years just based on what I had created. And then they created inflation with energy and with spending too much. So I think I'm a big believer in tariffs. I think tariffs are the most beautiful word. I think they're beautiful. It's going to make us rich. We're subsidizing Canada to the tune of over $100 billion a year. We're subsidizing Mexico for almost $300 billion. We shouldn't be subsidizing. Why are we subsidizing these countries? If we're going to subsidize them, let them become a state. We're subsidizing Mexico, and we're subsidizing Canada, and we're subsidizing many countries all over the world. And all I want to do is I want to have a level, fast, but fair playing field.
But is it your plan to deport everyone who is here illegally over the next 4 years?
Well, I think you have to do it. And it's a very tough thing to do. But you have to have, you have rules, regulations, laws that came in illegally. The people that have been treated very unfairly are the people that have been online for 10 years to come into the country. And we're going to make it very easy for people to come in terms of they have to pass the test. They have to be able to tell you what the Statue of Liberty is. They have to tell you a little bit about our country. They have to love our country. They can't come out of prisons. We don't want people that are in for murder. So we had 11,000 and 13,000 different estimates, 13,099 murderers released into our country over the last 3 years. They're walking down the streets, they're walking next to you and your family, and they're very dangerous.
The 13,000.
And Cheney was behind it,
Well,
and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee.
We're gonna,
For what they did,
yeah.
honestly, they should go to jail.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
For what they
Everyone
did.
on the committee, you
I
think?
think
should
everybody,
go to jail.
anybody that voted in
Are you
favor.
gonna direct your FBI director
No.
and your attorney general to send them to
No,
jail?
not at all. I think that they'll have to look at that, but I'm gonna focus on drill, baby, drill.
She did do an interview.
I don't know
with
why
Biden
they
like this.
turn it down, like his
You've tapped Elon
responses.
Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, to head up this
Yeah, this one
Department
is
of
turning
Government
it down, his
efficiency.
responses.
Correct.
which proposes cuts to the federal government. I
If
think
it
a lot
doesn't
of
get
people
them,
hear
look to
that
other
and they
one.
get concerned
Okay.
about Medicare and Social Security and
Not gonna have
Medicaid
anything to do.
and
We're talking
defense
about-
spending.
We're talking
You
about
won't touch
theft,
Medicare, Social Security.
abuse, fraud.
Okay.
No, I said to be, we're not touching Social Security, other than we make it more efficient, but the people are gonna get what they get.
Okay, so the entitlements
And we're
off the
not
table.
raising ages or any of that stuff.
Okay, off the
I won't
table.
do it.
Sir, I don't have to tell you this because you've talked about it. It comes at a time when the country is deeply divided. And now you're gonna be leading this country for the next 4 years. For the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter?
No. No, why would I do that? But let me just say,
You
when
won't
you
have
say
a-
the country is deeply divided, I'm not the president. Joe Biden's the
But
president.
you're gonna.
Exactly.
I'm not the president. So when you say it's deeply divided, I agree. But Biden's the president, I'm not. And he has been a divider. And you know where he divided it more than anything else, and it probably backfired on him, I think definitely, is weaponization. When he weaponized the Justice Department and he went after his political opponent, me, he went after his political opponent violently because he knew he couldn't beat him. And I think it really was a bad thing. And
Yeah, we're not
it
fans of
really
Vivek
divided our country.
Sir, Democrats have control
that
of the
much
White House
either.
now. They didn't in 2020. If they are going around stealing elections, why
When you
didn't
say
they do it?
Democrats have control now,
Of the White House.
Yeah.
So why didn't they steal this election? Since they have more power now.
because I think it was too big to rig.
Yeah, it was too big to rig. He had
So
the
you
popular
won't-
vote
Too
too.
big to rig.
To the people who say
Move on to the
that-
next question.
you're now directing your Justice Department to investigate 2020
No,
and they want to move
I
on.
am very
Is
capable. I
that
think
a
Pam
good
is gonna
use
be
of
great.
precious resources?
By the way,
Is that what you
just so
want
you
them to do?
Just so you know, I have the right to do that, but I'm not interested in that.
Oh,
I
you're
wanna-
not. You're not
I
going
wanna
to do that.
I'm not interested. I have
Okay.
the absolute right. I'm the chief law enforcement officer. You do know that. I'm the president. But I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm interested in? Drilling and getting prices down and stopping people from pouring into our border that come from prisons and mental institutions. I wanna look at everything. We're gonna look at individual
Everyone.
cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first
See
day?
how they
First
edited
day.
like a lot of
First
his
day.
Yeah, I'm looking
answers.
Going
first
to
day.
issue these pardons.
These people have been there, how long is it? 3 or 4 years?
Okay.
You know, by the way, they've been in there for years. And they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open.
Let's talk about abortion, sir. You have taken responsibility for overturning Roe v. Wade. You've said that abortion is now a state issue. There are steps that you could take, though, as president, to restrict abortion through executive action without Congress. More than half of abortions in this country are
Look how
medication
abortion is still,
abortions. Will you
like every
restrict the
woman
availability
needs
of
abortion
pills
for
when you're in
birth
office?
control. I'm
I'll
so
probably-
tired of this.
I'll probably stay with
Yeah.
exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 years, and the answer is no.
You commit to that.
Well, I commit. I mean, do things change? I think they change. I hate to go on shows like Joe Biden. I'm not gonna give my son a pardon. I will not, under any circumstances, give him a pardon. I watched this, and I always knew he was gonna give him a
Oh,
pardon.
she's not gonna say
until-
nothing about that.
I don't
They're
like
not
putting
going to
myself in a
interview
position like
Biden
that. So
or Kamala.
Things do change, but I don't think it's gonna change at all.
I'm already
So this is like really this is just really ridiculous. It's like it's hard for me to even listen to her because she's so biased. They did cut out a lot of his responses. I don't know why that they felt like they had to do that. You know, they cut out half the stuff that he was saying. They cut it out.
It feels like
You know, like his responses. Like they just completely have taken it out of the interview. Where is it at?
Want to do the one with them walking?
I want to do the one when he talk about Ukraine. This one. Wait a minute. What Ukraine?
The more than 50-year rule of the Assad family as rebels claim Damascus. I pressed the president-elect on a range of foreign policy issues,
Yeah,
including
you press,
US
but you
support
never
for
press
Ukraine
Kamala.
and NATO
You never
under his
press
second
Tampon
administration.
Tim.
Should Ukraine prepare for less aid from the United
We're gonna
States
need more
after your
monitors. That's what
coming
I
into
was saying.
office?
Probably. Sure.
You said you can end the war in 24 hours. You've even said you want to try to end it before you're sworn
No, I'm
into
trying
office.
to.
Before
I'm
the
trying to end it
You're
if I
actively
can.
trying to?
I am.
Have you talked to President Putin?
You know all the stuff
You haven't talked to President
No, I
Putin since
haven't.
you've
You
been
mean,
elected?
well, I don't want to say that, but I haven't spoken to him recently.
So you've spoken to President Putin since you've
I
been
don't want to say
elected?
that. I don't want to say anything about that because I don't want to do anything that could impede the negotiation.
But you
I want to
have
stop
talked
it.
about
Let me
the
tell you
other
what I have
world
talked
leaders.
about. Let me tell you.
Okay.
There are people being killed in that war at levels that nobody's ever seen before. You have to go back to the Second World War, and even that, if you take a look at, and you know what it is? It's the soldiers largely. The cities have been emptied out and demolished. The country has been demolished. If I won that election, which you know how I feel about it. I won't get into it because we don't need to start that argument. I think it's an easy argument. It was really proven even more conclusively by the win that I had on this one. But
you did
had
get a point,
I,
sir.
well, that's your opinion, but I disagree with it. Had I assumed, kept control, number one, Israel wouldn't have happened. Number two, Ukraine would have never happened. It would have never happened, Ukraine, Russia. But the number of people that are being killed, soldiers, young,
Yes.
beautiful soldiers, hundreds of thousands of people are being killed. And you know, it's very interesting. It's level, totally level. The battlefields, totally level. You know what's happening? The only thing that stops a bullet, you know what it is a body, a human body. And the people that are being killed, hundreds of thousands on both sides. Russia's lost probably 500,000. Ukraine's lost higher than they say, probably 400,000. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of bodies laying all over fields. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and it should have never been allowed to happen. Biden should have been able to stop it.
So
Yes.
will the United States
It never.
stay in NATO
He
while
wants
you're
the
in
war.
office?
In where?
NATO. Do you commit that the United States will remain a member of NATO while you're in office?
Again, they have to pay their bills. If they pay their bills, absolutely.
But not if they don't pay their
But
bills.
NATO's taking advantage of us because we were look, two things. Number one, they take advantage of us on trade, meaning the European nations, okay, like terrible. They don't take our cars, they don't take our food product, they don't take anything. They think it's a disgrace. And on top of that, we defend them. So it's a double whammy. So let me just tell you, I was able to get hundreds of billions of dollars put into NATO just by a tough attitude. I said to the countries, I'm not going to protect you unless you pay. And they started
Tough
paying.
attitude.
And that amounted to more than $600 billion. It's a big thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be fighting. They wouldn't have any money to fight. If they're paying their bills, and if I think they're doing they're treating us fairly, the answer is absolutely, I'd stay with NATO.
But if not, you would consider the possibility of
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and
Well,
top stories on the end.
When they ask, like, why, how come Biden didn't stop the war? Biden didn't want the war stopped. His party didn't want the war stopped. Biden, while he was over there in Brazil and walking into the rainforest, he somehow allowed President Zelensky to use long-range missiles supplied by the United States because they try to escalate the war. And that's when Putin starts telling them that he about to set it off with nuclear bombs. And that's why over Europe, they start preparing as of now for nuclear war. Because for some reason, Biden and this administration, they want a war because it's truly, there's a lot of money to be made in war. Right now, Ukraine, President Zelensky is a billionaire. I'm quite sure of that. So there's a lot that's involved with war. And for some reason, this president wants a war. And we know that he's not in charge. He's not running the country.
He's giving out so much money.
So much money. Still, before he's leaving, he's pardoning everyone, even his
Hunter.
son, that they know that's corrupt, that's made $25 million. We know that's illegally. They're not a rich family. They're not a business family. And he went over there to China, I think Russia, different places negotiating money. And now his father, he didn't just pardon him just for the stuff he did now. He pardoned him for things he did for 11 years. 11 years, going back and anything now, he's pardoned for it. So they need to investigate that corruption. And we still don't know who shot this president. We still don't know anything about Crook or his family or his motive. And this is the CIA, FBI, all these people that's supposed to have top technology, and they didn't even use a freaking drone. And they tell me they need more training. This is just a mess. You know, come on now. They could train us better than that. I mean, they had regular people saying a person is on the roof, and they still didn't respond because it's something going on with this.
Then the other guy got at his golf course. They couldn't find him. He somehow got a gun.
Oh, you just
country.
subscribed? Thank
Let
you,
me ask
Kulo.
you,
You said what, Eli?
I said the other guy somehow got a gun into this country. He's from like somewhere else.
What are
At
you
his
talking
golf
about?
course.
Oh, I think he was in Hawaii or somewhere, and he was able to make it to his golf course and stayed there 12 hours. Got Secret Service now. 12 hours. He outside the golf course.
Fired his whole
And fired it. And it was a lady that a regular citizen followed and chased them down and gave the information to the sheriff.
God bless.
A regular lady. And then the one in California that they don't talk about, this man had a fake license plate, fake passports, fake ID, and he had artillery. No, what did he have? He had rifles and bullets and everything in his car. He was trying to go into Trump's rally. And he got past the first entrance, but it was the second entrance that there was an officer that stopped him, and I'm quite sure that was going to be another attempt on Trump's life. So I believe, and the sheriff in California believed that was an attempt on his life. So, and the thing about it, we're Americans first. And one thing I like about this election, the reason why these people didn't get put in office, because we stood together, white Americans, Black Americans, Asians, Native Americans, all Americans stood together. And that's why he got elected president. We all stood on the same principles. And all that crazy stuff, the identity politics, and having these clowns that were unfit for office, there's no way that any Democrat on here can tell me that that woman was fit to be president of the United States. That couldn't even talk to the news media, not even to the friendly news media, especially without a teleprompter. And then you had Tampon Tim. They were the worst of the worst. Okay? Women can be president, not that woman, not that man. They were horrible. We needed true leadership, because what's been done to this country is going to take years to undo what these Democrats have done and allowed to enter this country. It's going to take years. And when this stuff starts jumping off and everything, they're going to say, what is Trump doing about it? Oh, we need help. Oh, help us, Trump. Wait till these people start acting up. It's coming.
Hey, C. Brown, I would love to have a job like Ben Carson. That's a black job. Doctor.
And they did. Like, Trump gets the job reports. He could see when he was in office that Black Americans had the highest rate of employment. He can see now that Black Americans have the lowest rate of employment. He can see that the jobs are not going to Black Americans. They're going to the Venezuelans, going to the foreigners. He sees these things. They're the ones that's being hired for the jobs that were being hired by Black people. So they're getting the job. So he sees the job reports. All presidents get the briefings and stuff. So that's when he speaks about Black jobs and Black employment and about union jobs, because he's looking at the real statistics. He's looking at the facts that we don't get to see.
People just nitpick everything when it comes
It's okay. It's okay. The thing about it is that they can see that the things that are going on is not a plus for Americans. It's nothing that they have done for us. It's nothing that they have done for us. And that's what I have a problem with. At least some of the other presidents, at least they pretend they were doing something for us. At least they act like they were for Americans. But not to even be for your vets that died for this country.
C. Brown, you make claims, but you have no evidence to back up your claims.
It's
Evidence.
You know what? The thing about it is that God is good. And God is always, I've always had a federal job, a good government job with great benefits and different positions, and working in Washington, D.C. So I'm blessed. My whole family is blessed. All of us are movers and shakers, doctors, lawyers, in every type of profession. My family is an educated, well-to-do family. And I'm thankful for that. But that does not mean that I turn and I don't care about people. It's the Christ in me that I care about people. I care about those that are unfortunate, that they don't have what God has blessed me with. And God didn't have to do it for me. I could be like one of those people that need a handout from the government, or uneducated, or I don't have a home, or I don't have food to eat. There are people that's dealing with that thank God I don't have to. But that does not mean that I don't try to help people. And that doesn't mean I don't care. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to speak up for people that need help. And that's what we all should do. Because any of us, one day you could be on top, and the next day you could lose everything. Everything. That's what happened to the people in North Carolina. That's what happened to people in Tennessee. That's what happened to people in Florida.
In Ohio.
In Ohio. That's what happens to people. They had homes, cars, jobs, bank accounts. They lost everything. 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 And where was the government for them? Where was the United States? The same time the United States gave $157 million to Lebanon. How come the same time that North Carolina, these people got wiped up, they didn't even send people to help them. FEMA was on it till they had no money. They gave it to the immigrants. Okay? They gave $157 million to Lebanon, and these people are still without shelter. Shelter. Everyone should have a problem with that. It's not just about you. It's about helping others. And you should care, because my tax dollars has gone towards Ukraine, illegal immigration, these wars. My tax dollars that I've worked for. And I want my money to go towards helping them.
And I'm not trying to go to war because this so-called president gets us in a war.
Yeah, I'm not trying my son go to war over this crazy crap. They gonna let all these kids die. They send the kids. Let them die in war for these crazy ass people. And it's all about money and power. It's always about money and power. Get out of here. And Biden's sitting there. People don't care. He's sitting there, can't hold a conversation, not running the country. Kamala ran to Hawaii when she lost. Then she resurfaced appearing drunk, still unable to articulate a clear, concise sentence to talk to the American people. Like, I mean, she needs money and she worried. So you guys that still want to support her, send her your money. Keep sending to her. Because look, she blew through a $1.5 billion in 3 months. 3 months. 3 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who is that? Hiram Harris. Thank you so much. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. You know, but we're on here because we care. And all of us should care. We all should think of someone other than yourself. And it's just so disheartening that the things are going on, and you literally have people that are still whining and crying that this woman, you could see it a mile away that she was incapable of running this country. She couldn't even handle 1.5 billion, and the donors are completely livid. They're on TV talking about how disgusted they are what she did with their money. That was their money that she blew. That was your money who donated to her. She blew through it. And y'all think that someone like that could handle this? That's why she's responsible for the freaking economy. It was her vote.
Yep, 1.5 billion.
That was her. You know, Biden wasn't running the country. She was the one that was making these decisions. And she says she was.
Someone said she paid for celebrities.
Yeah, she paid for the celebrities.
Yeah.
And now we have it. It came out in the New York Times. They fact checked where all this money went to.
Oprah got like $1 million.
Oprah, I think it turned out she had $2.5 million to Oprah. For a second, Oprah was trying to help her with the interview, and she had a teleprompter. The woman never spoke. The only time she had spoken without a teleprompter when she told them that two young men, college students, that said Jesus is Lord and Christ is King, when she went off script and told them to go down to the other rally. That's when she went off script, because she didn't want Jesus there. And guess what? I knew that day that she lost. I knew that very moment. I told myself, it's over with. That it was over with, because you can't mock God. It was over with then. And then she gonna go get behind the pulpit. Now she got her pastor voice. Then she be having her country voice. Then she try to have her black voice, because she is Indian. You won't hear us talking about she black any longer. Trust me on that. Now she back to being Indian. Or she might be black until she get more money from black people, because she could milk black people, because we the slowest people on earth. You know, we see all this nonsense, and we still like, okay, we gonna vote for y'all. Don't do nothing for us. We gonna vote for you. We gonna vote for you. Yeah, just don't give us our reparations. Give it to the illegals. Yeah, take away our jobs. And even, what's his name? Mark, what's that guy? Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Charlie Kirk said, he was talking at the college. He said, do you know that the illegal immigrants are here to replace you? Here this white man telling telling them they were here to replace black people. That's what they're doing. Those immigrants get in your face and you get nothing. Everything go to us. You get nothing. You know? So you got to have common sense, and you can't get that from school. This is just common sense, and you realize how many people is right in front of you. If you go to the market, you see how the decisions these people made, how it has affected you and your household. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You can see how it personally, this administration, you can see how it personally affected you if you are an American.
Like, never in my life have I ever experienced how it is now.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Benita Finto, thank you. Big ups to you, and making that threats. What?
Okay. Well, never in my life have I experienced how it is now. You go to a store, someone's speaking a different language. This is America. We speak English here. But there's people coming in from different countries. So now when you go out in public, you're going to find at least one person speaking a different language. And when they're speaking a different language, you don't know what they're saying. That could be against you, what they're even planning to do. Like, it's
Light
not.
bills $400, eggs $11.
Yeah, but that's what this country is like now because of what this administration has done. You know, I will personally never vote for a Democrat in my entire life. You'll never see me voting for a Democrat. When I voted for Trump, I voted all red. I voted for every single Republican besides Trump.
So he could have the House.
So he could have the House and the Senate.
So we could actually get things done.
I'll never, and I'll say I'll never vote for a Democrat. This is the most corrupt and evil party that could be imagined. So, yeah. So really happy that we got Trump back in office, but there's so much he has to get done now that, like how my mom said, it's going to take people after Trump to continue the work that he's doing. So after Trump, we need J.D. Vance and we need Tulsi.
They're not going to be able to do it in one term because they have destroyed this country. This country will never be the same. It's been so much destruction that has been done to this country that there is no way that they can undo all that's been done. It's too much. It's too much. They say, I salute you, brother. It's too much.
I salute you too, man.
You know, that just to try to go after the terrorists that now have been able to set up for the last few years. They know that they got 16 of our states and counting, they know have Venezuelan gangs in there now. So now they're spreading out throughout the country. You have sanctuary cities that we're taking care of the terrorists, we're taking care of the gangs through our tax dollars. This is just so the insanity. It's 58,000 convicted criminals, they said, that are in New York by itself, just New York by itself.
Look at Trinidad Araga. They're spreading to every state.
Yeah, it's Trinidad Araga. They said it's in at least 16 states. So these people had time to set up. Then you have the Chinese military or these Chinese immigrants that you haven't seen them. It's 54,000 men from China that are here. You know, they go to something they said they call the camp. Where are they at? You know, so we got a lot of plugs here in this country now. We open up the door and allow all this to come into America. So now America is unsafe. So the things we've been watching on TV that's been going in other countries, the stuff is in this country now. Because we opened up the door wide open, we didn't vet, and we allow whatever to come in because these Democrats were so freaking disgusting that they allow everything and anyone to come through our borders. And no other country would ever allow what they did. This is what they did. And then you have to look at why did they do it? Why did they open up our borders? Why did they fly these people in here? Not only did they cross that way, and where are the 345,000 missing children? What about all these kids that are missing right now. Where are they at? Look at the fentanyl and the drugs that have come into this country through the cartel in China. We got them running the borders, making money off of these people coming in. All this stuff is going on, and people have the audacity to act like this was a great administration. You got to be kidding me.
And this is from the news. The news. They said that there's over 58,000 illegal migrants who are convicted felons or facing criminal charges roaming New York City, and close to 670,000 across the country.
670,000 convicted criminals that's roaming the country. That's that, you know.
The greatest city.
And then we're not talking about all the Venezuela gang and terror. This is these people, like Trump said, they let them out of prisons. Well, they really did. 670,000 of them are roaming the country. You know, so it's a lot going on, and this is not going to be fixed for one administration. That's why Trump, he hit the ground running. He's more presidential and he's the president of the country right now.
Yeah.
Biden is not even the president, neither is Kamala. Trump is making all the deals. He putting Mexico in line. Mexico said, oh, we're not going to do this. They had 1,500 people in a caravan on their way to the United States. They stopped that crap. 2 caravans. They stopped that. She said, oh, no, I'm not. Trump said, yes, you are. They stopped that. Trudeau, the Canadian president, Trump told him, I'm gonna hit you with tariffs. Guess what? His butt was right at Mar-a-Lago, and he's talking about they would crush our economy. And Trump said, we taking care of all y'all. Y'all need to become the 51st state. So Trump is talking to Russia right now about Ukraine and all of them, about the war in Ukraine. So Trump is working on a lot of stuff behind. 70 nations, as soon as he got elected, all reached out to him. Everybody is trying. Go watch Trump in Paris and see how they reacting with his presence there. He's the boss. He's the big dog on campus. He's the leader of the free world. Trump is the leader. And he knows we have power here, and he knows how to use that power for our good.
And y'all can look it up yourselves, but you could just look up Trump and Putin. Putin just congratulated Trump and called him a courageous person. He also said about Trump that he's smart and experienced person who will come up with a solution to end the war in Ukraine. You see what that is?
Say it louder.
Read
respect. That louder.
That's respect.
Read it again louder so the people in the back can hear.
Putin just congratulated Trump, said he is a courageous person, and also Putin said that Donald Trump is a smart and experienced person who will come up with a solution to end the war in Ukraine.
To end the war. He wants the war to end.
He respects Trump, too. He respects
and this administration, this been going on, how long the war been going on? They've been fighting for, 2 years? 2 or 3 years? 2 or 3 years. And Trump not even in office yet, and this is what Putin is saying. Zelensky wants to go on because the United States big. He wants us to get out there and send our sons and daughters out and fight his war and have a World War III. We all going to then fight. No, it ain't going down like that. It's not, because we don't want a nuclear war. We don't want a nuclear war. You have to have people that know how to resolve problems. That's a leader. I'm in leadership. We're supposed to have resolution. We're supposed to be problem solvers. That's what a leader is. They're a problem solver. You don't try to escalate. You try to de-escalate. And that's what Trump is doing. He's de-escalating. He's a problem solver. That's a real...
Oh, thank you.
Wow. That's real leadership.
That's awesome.
Oh, my God. I got to read that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Read it.
Okay. I think we all knew that she was running the country and Biden was just signing whatever he was told. Biden, as a congressman, was, in my opinion, a great speaker, a great leader, and a great man. However, now Biden clearly has some sort of condition.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And it was hidden from the American people.
Exactly.
Because Biden received 14 million votes to run for president. Kamala didn't receive 1 vote. They did a coup on him, and he was pushed out of the way. But he was the one that the people wanted to run. But they wanted him to be exposed. The Democrats did that to him because they knew once he did that debate, then the world would see that he was suffering from dementia.
That's why Joe Biden was so happy with Trump.
They purposely did that to Biden. They wanted him out, and she couldn't get the votes. And Once he got the votes, then they, they pushed him out. And that's why I believe his wife wore red that day on November the 5th to let everybody know she voted for Trump. I believe Biden, his whole family, I believe they all voted for Trump because they were very angry at the Democrats for pushing him out because he actually wanted to still run again, but he was unfit. They should have made a decision long before the election that someone else was going to run, but they didn't. Well, we do appreciate, what you gave us. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's so nice.
Black single mom, why can't you stand Trump?
He said what?
She said she can't stand Trump, but it was time to get rid of the Biden-Harris administration.
Yeah, well, the Biden and Harris, and then to have Kamala and knucklehead tampon Tim, that did it for me. Those are the worst two candidates that ever tried to run for president of the United States. They were terrible, both of them.
I keep seeing people saying terrorists will hurt us.
Well, they're not hurting us so far because these
exactly?
countries, terrorists is like, it's like we're going to like charge you. Or well, Trump, the way he look at it, that here the United States is always, they're not taking any of our products, any of our cars. They don't do anything for us, but we support all these countries. We get hundreds of billions of dollars to other countries supporting them, but they don't support us. So he's saying, well, we're not going to continue supporting you. We're going to put tariffs on all your products that come in the United States. You want to have cars coming in here from Mexico? Okay, we're going to put tariffs on you, Mexico. So this way, you're not going to make any money, and China's not going to make any money. That's why China now has stopped the manufacturing of the electric cars that they wanted to do in Mexico. So they're saying, well, if we hold back from them, then they're going to do stuff to us. But we the big dogs. We got more power than them.
So it's like a fee?
So it's like it's it's not like a fee. I just try to explain it the best way I can because I'm still learning it myself. But the thing about it is that, like, if you want to make cars that come in the United States, then we're gonna make you pay for that. We're gonna put so much tax on it that you're not gonna make money off of it.
Okay.
So they will want to do it back to us, but guess what? Guess who's the businessman? Guess who has done business around the world and knows how to? I'm not a banker, but I trust Trump knows how to do business. And I know one thing, they are reacting off of it.
Exactly, Jonathan. And that goes to anyone. If you don't like the stream, you could just leave. You don't have to just write nasty comments to us.
Yeah, and there's some things, we're still learning. We have to look up. I don't like trying to answer something. Should just say I don't know, but I don't want to be put on the spot to answer stuff that I'm still learning myself.
You could have just said
Yeah, I should have, but I didn't. But it's still a lot to learn. But I know that Trump is a boss. I know Trump is a leader. I know Trump knows business. I know Trump has done business around the world. That's what he's always done. Kamala doesn't have any international experience, and neither does what's his face, Tampon Tim. And he was doing some crooked stuff with China. Who knows? They say he visited there 30 times. Who knows what he was doing? But as far as Biden, he doesn't even, like, look at him when he goes to meet with world leaders. They're all making fun of him. He doesn't even know what he's doing. So that was a poor representation of a leader. And the world is like, America finally has a leader again. America finally has someone in charge again, someone that knows what they're doing. And that's what Trump has brought to the table. Because if anybody want to tell me that this administration was for America, you're lying to yourself. Because there's no way. They had to go. And Joe Biden, he's the worst. And he's doing all this evil stuff on his way out of office. You're just throwing money all around. You're trying to escalate into World War III. Why are you trying to escalate the war? I don't know what he's doing over there, with the Gaza war. that's going on over there. He hasn't been doing anything to bring peace. And that's what we should have been doing. Where's the peace talks? Where's the meetings? Where's bringing the mediators or coming together? He hasn't been doing anything like that. So, and he's been in office and she's been in office for the last 4 years. And Trump, he's not even the president yet. He's the president elect, and he's doing more than they have done in the last 4 years. And that says a lot. And people are falling in line and people are showing respect to our country because they don't trust Trump. And Trump not playing with them. He's not playing with them. And I like that. I want our leader to be feared by the rest of us. I want our leader to show strength. I want that. And you said who's done zero research? Why don't you enlighten us with all your wisdom? Because we appreciate it. Because my research is that I've been living it. My research is that I've campaigned the other way for these people. And there's a lot I can't say. So like when you have to be careful what you're saying, it's hard to, be clear on some issues. Because, there's restrictions. What I really want to say. But, so the people that's on here that have all the wisdom and they know more than I do, I love knowledge. I appreciate to be educated. So since this administration was so great and was respected by the world, and Kamala was the best person for this office, please enlighten me. And Tampon Tim, I want to be enlightened. So yeah, they can. And I'm glad that I like the Justice League that Trump is now this go around, this presidency, even though he didn't get to have his two terms. But I'm glad that he's able to now build a really great team. When he got elected the first time, he wasn't a politician. He didn't know the ins and outs of Washington. He didn't even expect to win. And he was taken advantage of, and he had the wrong people that should have been supporting him. But this time he's putting together a great team. He got the Justice League. I like that that JF Kennedy. He's a Kennedy. He's from the old dynasty, and he wants to make America healthy again. And when you look at the statistics that in other countries, that they don't even the things that are allowed in our country, the poisons that are allowed in our foods, they're not allowed in other countries. Our children are the ones being the most affected by what they're putting into the cereals and the products. And I'm glad he said, like, I forget the statistics, but when I come back on here, like I've been hearing it over and over again, but we need to make America healthy again. The things that allow in our food, I want to eat healthy. I only eat organic. I only drink spring water. Like everything I do is really I'm a foodie. I love food, but it's really important to eat healthy because anything you're going through or anything in your body, you can cure it with food. Is what you eat. So the focus on the kids that's eating all this junk, our kids are obese, they're overweight, they have adult illnesses, that they shouldn't have. And we need that. I love the team. I love Tulsi. I think that she could be talking about a woman president. I believe that she's a boss. I like a soldier, a woman that's strong, articulate, confident. Someone like her, maybe it'll be a Republican woman to become president. But the last two Democrats is a no. They couldn't do it. They would be terrible. So I love that he, like the people that he has, even Elon and Vivek, that they got people, is no skin in the game. Nobody's looking for a paycheck. They're not, Elon, they're not looking to be paid. Trump is not taking a paycheck. He didn't do it the last time. He's not doing it this time. These people are working diligently for us. They're trying to trim the budget, to do something, to to help with our debt because it has to be addressed. So the people that he has working for him that's coming together, I mean, there's some awesome people that's coming. JD Vance, he's going to be a heck of a vice president. While Biden was on vacation, wherever he was, and Kamala, who knows where she was at. JD Vance is in North Carolina talking to the people, telling them like they come in office that they're going to help them. JD Vance is in North Carolina with the people that's still living in tents, where the president of the United States he's somewhere. He went to Brazil. Now they say he's on a vacation. I don't know where he's at, but he's somewhere on vacation. Who knows? Maybe Kamala went back to Hawaii, but they should be out there. She should be out there with the people. Biden giving money to everybody. How come he's not out there helping the people in North Carolina? So, so it is, that pains me when I see this administration. I do know that much about this administration, and this is doing research because you can see it. If you have social media, TV, or whatever, or you have Google, you can look all this stuff up for yourself. If you're living, you're experiencing what we're going through. You're experiencing it. You see it. You feel it. People are talking. Your job is talking. People are being laid off from phenomenal jobs. They're laying people off left and right. Living wage jobs, good jobs, union like type jobs. With great benefits. People are losing their jobs, losing positions. That's what's going on right now. And that fake job numbers. They talking about they created 818,000 jobs. How they lied about almost 1 million jobs. 1 million jobs. That's what this administration, they lied about the job market. So I'm glad they're on their way out. And anybody, you can't convince me that this has been a great 4 years. It's no way. And Trump got a lot of cleaning up to do. He's trying to stop a World War III. He's trying to get millions of illegal immigrants and convicts out of this country because it's unsustainable. You want the people to come. You already have people that have been waiting to become citizens that went through it the right way, that they feel in some type of way. They had to learn about America. They had to take tests. They had to go through a process. So they feel as though it's wrong for them to come in and just be given anything and everything when they've been waiting to become citizens the legal way. And there's not any country that's allowing this nonsense to go on. And it's dangerous. What they allow is they made America unsafe. That's what they've done. And they're bankrupting us. We can't handle this. We can't take care of these people like this. It's too many at one time. So I do know that. It's impossible to take care of these people. It's not that America don't want people to come in, because we've always had people to come in, but it's impossible to take care of this magnitude of people that have come in such a short span of time, that hit our Medicare, our Social Security, our health care, our housing, our food, everything. We're already suffering from a food equity. And we got kids here that aren't being fed. And we have citizens here that are living out on the street. And we're not helping them. That's a problem. Yeah, MSNBC is for sale. Yeah, all those shows, that mainstream media was so biased that all their ratings plummeted to like 54, 60%. They're selling MSNBC. CNN's out the door. They're asking different anchors to take like I think Rachel Maddow, $5 million pay cut. Joy Reid is going to be gone. All these people are so biased. The news media is supposed to just not take sides. They're supposed to bring you news. They didn't do that. They totally built Kamala up, and they totally built Trump down to the point of calling him deplorable, Hitler, a threat to democracy, all these names that you keep hearing it over and over and over again. You start believing it. And that's what happened to me. I did believe it at one time. The last election, I believed it. I thought we was doing a great thing keeping them out. And I found out that the Democrats were the wolves in sheep clothing. The Democrats are the ones that are the wolf. Those are wolves. It's the Democrats are the wolves in sheep's clothing. Everything they say about Trump is what they are. They the ones that weaponize the justice system. They're the ones that have been doing all this evil. It's the Democrats that try to take over and try to retain power by bringing the illegals in. And probably was President Obama, probably, that came with this big bright idea, open up the borders, let people get, the whole goal was get as many people in here as possible within the 4 years. So when we had our elections, it'd be, Trump could not win. He couldn't win. They knew he was going to run again. And that's why they tried to stop him in every which way. Like even him being 2 assassination attempts. Are you kidding me? 2 assassination attempts, 2 of them. 2 assassination attempts. 2. 2 of them. 2 of them. And he's running for president. The other candidate that was elected by the people to run, he's going through court hearings with a court cases that passed the statute of limitations. And then they didn't even know to make him a felon. The judge never been clear on what the charges were to make him a felon. It was all over the place. This is what they did, but what they stopped it because they found out the more they attacked him, that the more people was given to make him president. He was getting more money. The more they attacked him, the more his funds were going up. And that's why they started holding on, because people start seeing that he was being more of a victim than the person that they was talking about. You know, and this man fought for us. He said, I'm just standing in the way because they want you. They're trying to get to you. And that was a fact. And when they couldn't get him with the court case, then all of a sudden, the Secret Service, the FBI, all of a sudden, they not better than your local Boy Scouts. They don't have no drones. They emailing. They have no communication. They did the people saying the young man's on the roof. They don't see nothing. They knew an hour and a half before that he was a threat. Nobody's doing anything. They allowed this man to go on stage and someone lost their life. Corey lost his life because of what they did. And 2 people were seriously injured, along with Trump being that close to being taken out of here. You know, so a lot has gone on. And then after all that, then they knew Iran was trying to kill him because, you know, Trump been after them. He had bankrupted them and they gave them more. They built Iran back up, you know, this administration. And then they did all this to this man. And then he going to do these fake debates with mainstream media. He got to debate 3 people. They're not going to fact check her because that was all a setup too. They found out that she was not supposed to be fact checked. She wasn't supposed to be given any of those type of questions that he had. She probably had all the questions. She already knew all the questions. That whole thing was a setup. Everything they did to him. And he still won. He didn't run from any interviews, even when the National Black Broadcasting Association went after him. He went into any kind of enemy territory, but not her. You know, so, you know, the best man, but God had his hands on him. God was in control of who's going to win. God is always in control. I knew Trump was going to win. I knew he was going to win because it was too much evil that was going on. Like if you're going to beat someone, if I run against you, I've had elections and have won elections. And, you know, I believe beat me fair and squarely. I'm going to beat you fair and squarely. You know, all that stuff that was going on, you know, beat him fairly. Tell us your plan. Tell us what you're going to do for us. How you're going to make our lives better. They couldn't do that. No, that's why the only thing they talked about was abortion. Like every woman needs an abortion. Forget about birth control. Forget about keeping your legs closed. Forget about using condoms. Forget about not having sex with a man or someone you don't want. Your birth control is abortion. That's women's rights. But women have a right to take care of their kids that are alive. Women have a right to have a great job. Women have a right to be a homeowner. Women have a right to have a great job. Women have a right to have lower interest rates. Women have other rights. Women have a right to not have men and women sports. Women have a right not to have men and women bathrooms. Women have a lot of rights. Women have a right to say that that's a man and that's not a woman. You know, so they didn't run on things like that. We have other rights other than abortion. You know, I'm not in agreement with that. And the thing about abortion is that the community that it affected the most were the black community. Black women have more abortions than any other race. So we're killing our babies and they're bringing the immigrants over here to have babies. So the black generation, my people, we need to wake the hell up. We got to wake up. You know, I just hope we wake up before Jesus come back, that we can get it together. That we can get it together. You know, we need to wake up. We got to stop being used by the Democratic Party. We have to stop. Our votes should matter. We need to look at policies and we need to make demands for what we want. We're the second highest voting rate in this country, that we could be making all kinds of demands and we're just going along with the programs. Everybody was selling us out. You have Roland Martin. They paid Roland Martin $350,000. They paid Al Sharpton $500,000. They paid Oprah $2.5 million. They paid Megan Thee Stallion $3 million. They just paid everybody all this money to lie to us, to get us to vote for that party while they offered us nothing. And she did have a plan for black men. We're going to make marijuana free, make marijuana legal for you. That was for black men, not better jobs, better opportunities, marijuana. So offensive and disgusting. So, yeah, Beyonce 20 million. So it's just, it's a lot when you look at how we need, I just hope that by next election that we really wake up. I don't know what they're going to do. The Democrats are still saying the same thing. Even after all this, like Trump is trying to do what the American people voted him to do because he won. And most Americans are tired of this nonsense. That's why he won. Most of us, we're tired of it. We're tired of it. And even though I think it was only 8% or 10% black people, I was one of them that didn't follow that identity politics. That was just crazy. Crazy. Beyonce, $10 million for 4 minutes for her to walk out hand in hand with Kelly. And how much did Kelly make? How much did J-Lo make? How much did Usher make? All these people were paid. All those entertainers that you saw, D.L. Hughley, how much was he paid? All those people were paid. And then they had Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne is not a spokesperson for black people. I don't know how they keep putting him up front. He is not Malcolm X, and he is most definitely not Dr. Martin Luther King. He is not representing black people. So hopefully we'll get it together. I don't know when that's going to happen, if it will ever happen. But I'm not going along with the nonsense, and I vote according to what's right. And I've always primarily voted for the Democratic candidate, but not this time. Not this time. No way. Those Democratic candidates, they were just awful. They were awful. They were terrible. So anyway, you guys, Elijah, you want to say something? Huh? Yeah, so anyway, we're going to get off. We're going to probably try to come on here probably by Wednesday. But we're going to, send out notification because we just pop up, But it's so much that's going on. And I do want to be covering more MSNBC and this stuff, just the mindset of even The View. They are, they're going to wind up being off the air sooner or later. But just to see the mindset that they continue to have this nonsense going on. But Trump is going to need a lot of support, and we're here for it, because everything he tries to do, everybody's going to fight him tooth and nail, even though it's for our own good as American citizens. They're going to fight him They're going to fight them trying to get all these criminals out of this country. They're going to fight them. They're going to fight them. Even when they start doing more harm, they're going to be like, oh, they're going to fight them because people are crazy these days, They're going to, even what's good for you. You know how your family try to tell you that person is bad for you and they see that person's bad for you and they're trying to look out for you? That's how we are, the American citizens are. You're trying to tell people that these people, we need to get these convicts out of here. We need to get these gang members out of here. We need to get them out. They never should have been here. They never should have been here. And if they wasn't, lanky Rowley would still be here. So a lot needs to be done, to get this country back in order. And people need to come in here the right way, like all the other countries. Like all the other countries. No other country did this nonsense because the Democrats had a plan that failed. They failed. They failed. They failed. They failed. Hello from California. Okay. Yeah, they failed. A lot of them need to be locked up. I love you too. You guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We're building the channel. We're going to get it out more. We do have all the software so that we could be like a lot of other channels. But we're new at it, and it's a lot of reading, a lot of learning, because we do want to be, bringing people on because we want to hear from you and be able to have conversation. We want to hear, no more fentanyl. All the lies that's being taken. And New York is not the same at all. They shutting down everything in New York. The stores, Macy's, all the departments, so everything's shutting down. They just been going and taking everything. They lock them up and they let them right out. So go to New York. If you want to find out what America looks like right now, go to New York City. Go to New York. Go to Aurora, Ohio. Colorado. Go to some of these places. Go to Chicago. They fight tooth and nail what they doing to them. So there's a lot of people that are going through stuff that you might not be going through, but there are a lot of Americans that are fighting. Oh, we need to get some more moderators. Thank you for the people that have been helping. We're trying to see people that continue to come on the channel. After this live stream, leave a comment if you want to be a monitor and someone that's been, people that's really been supporting us and coming on, because we do need more monitors. So just reach out. You want to leave a comment because you're like, once the stream, like a lot of you guys are saying stuff, but I can't see everything that you're saying. So you can leave a comment. I will respond. We'll respond to it. And you'll be a monitor. Christ is King. Yeah, and who else wants to be a monitor? Just let me know. So yeah, we're looking for more monitors, and just leave a comment so we could respond. And just leave it in the comments, okay? And I'll make some more of you a monitor who wants to be a monitor. But we just pray. I hope all is well with your families. And I just hope that everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Like, I know we're approaching the Christmas and everything. But you guys, y'all take care. Y'all have children. Love on them. Keep them safe. I hope that those of us that have to go to work tomorrow, that, at your jobs, like it be, that you have peace on your job. Peace that passes all understanding through Christ Jesus. There's always that one coworker or that one boss that sometimes you wish that they didn't come in that day. So we just hope that, you don't have those type of situations, and that, God go before you. Like God said, trust in the Lord with all that heart, lean not to thy own understanding. All that ways acknowledge him and he would direct your path. So, whatever problems, whatever you're having that might not be, positive, just give it to God and try not to stress about stuff, just thank God that you're here. Thank God that you woke up today. Thank God that you have a roof over your head, because even the small things that we take for granted, there are people out here that don't know if they're going to have. Thank you. I'll take care of myself. Thank you. That they don't know where their next meal is going to come from. That stuff is real. They don't know if they're going to have the money to pay their rent or their mortgage, so, or their car note. They worrying about their car getting repossessed. Or, their credit cards are so high that they don't have the money to, and they might have been using it to pay rent. So we just want to make sure that we lift everybody up, that God provide all your needs according to his riches and glory through Christ Jesus. And like I said, God said that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is your heritage, and your righteousness is in me, said the Lord of hosts. So, just give everything to God, trust God, and just try to do right by people. And stand on your truth, stand. That's why God told me, call it speak the truth. My son was like, don't call that, shouldn't say it, but that's what it is. I could have said speak the truth with Cindy Hayter, all that, but no, it's just speak the truth. So that's what you're going to get here. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to agree to disagree. This is my truth. So love you guys. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. If you don't have to go to work tomorrow, watch a good movie, eat some popcorn, enjoy yourself, and just chill. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. I love football, and I want to try to get down to San Antonio, Texas, because my team is Colorado, and they're going to be playing BYU. And I love Travis Hunter. I hope that he gets the Heisman. Right now in New York, they got the whole Times Square lit up with Travis Hunter. He's a two-way player. I love Travis Hunter. And Deion Sanders, what he's doing in Colorado with Shador and Shiloh. This their last year playing, so I want to see them play, but trying to work that out, the flights and stuff. So anyway, you guys, just have fun and enjoy your life. We'll try to be back on probably on Wednesday. And if not, we're going to send out a notification when we'll be back on. Much love, everyone. And we just love you guys. We want you to take care of yourselves. And God is good. And the church says all the time, God is good. And God bless all of you. And we'll see you the next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do the notification. Let us know who want to be a monitor, whatever else you want to say. Like after this is off, because we will respond to any of your questions, and and we'll answer you. Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care.